Man, but this should be session 6 of our Starfinder actual play of the Dead Suns campaign. And we're just gonna, as always, kick it off with, does anybody remember what happened last time?
I know that Braun and Wreckage went to the thug hideout, and
Mama
they had
Cats.
and they had a conversation with them and some sort of agreement, I think. And they found out information about the other group.
So they went and they visited the leader of the level 21 crew, Jabaxa, and did exchange a little bit of information, including he let them know about the location of the other gang, the level 21 crew, or not the level, the Downside Kings. No, it's the other gang. But yeah, so he let them know the location of the headquarters of the Downside Kings. There was a little bit of an exchange of information. It seems that the level 21 crew weren't really involved in the death of Dwarvor Creel. In fact, they weren't protecting Dwarvor Creel in any sort of an official capacity. It seems that perhaps one of the mid to low ranking members of the gang was doing a bit of protection work as a side hustle. But it does seem possible that the Downside Kings were gunning specifically for him. However, the gang members that you met from the level 21 crew were actually at the Absalom docks when you met them, more in response to just having heard reports of Downside King activity in the area and not wanting it to go uncontested.
And then I remember Isoki slipped something in Wreckage pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kima went on her date with May, and they had just gone to sort of like an island thing in the water area, and then Poo Poo Face showed up with his gang.
I think. Are we calling him? No. Well, we've got Hamster Boy, and was he Pipes McGee? I forget.
I don't know. I was just
But yes, we've got the leader of the, or not the leader necessarily. We've got the leader of the small group of strong Absalom movement members that ran into you early. Has showed up with one of his cronies in tow. And immediately started, insulting you once again and threatening physical harm on you in return for what you've done to his poor boys.
His po' boys? That's like a...
Sure, that's definitely right. Yep, that's actually pretty much all of the main highlights. You guys had just finished fighting the group of strong Absalom members at the beginning of last session, and went through kind of healing up Braun Stronghammer and getting him back on his feet, removing the knife that was still wedged into his armor and into his rib cage. You got some food at an alien hot dog vendor. Wreckage decided that ordering one with everything was the best way to go and managed to make himself incredibly sick, while Braun Stronghammer had it relatively plain, a bit of a hot dog tentacle type thing. Enjoyed it actually quite a bit. You guys then went back to your space B&B and talked a little bit to both Tabitha and to Lynn Dragonsong. found out that Lynn Dragonsong, you already knew that she had plans to try and become a Starfinder member. When you talked to her, it seems that that day she had actually gone and talked to the Starfinders, and they're willing to induct her into their group if she's able to get the scoop, so to speak, on the drift rock that the Acreon pulled in recently. And you guys agreed that if there's a way to get to the Acreon, you're actually willing to join her on that excursion. After that, Kima decided to shave every inch of her body except for the hair on her head in preparation for her date. Wreckage also decided to shave every square inch of himself and is now a naked mole rat. And then you guys kind of
I
went your
don't remember
separate.
why I chose to do that.
You thought it would be real funny, to just say that you were also shaving yourself. And so then you guys went your separate ways. Kima toward her date, and with her date gum, and
Dick gum.
that's right, date gum. And then Kima had gone her ways, and then Wreckage and Braun Stronghammer headed back to Mama Fat's Bodega to meet with Jabaxa, which we already talked about. They exchanged information. Meanwhile, Kima had actually a pretty nice date with May. It seems that both of you are definitely hiding a bit of your pasts. And so you've picked up that Kima seems, or not Kima, that May seems to be some sort of possibly a corporate enforcer or something like that. She just seems to be awfully sure of herself physically, and then what little hints she has dropped about her current job. It seems to be some form of protection or guard work or something of that nature. And she also, you've noted, seems to be possibly connected to Disney, and definitely has an interest in what you are currently doing, working against the gangs of the lower docks. So then, just as you guys were kind of wrapping up your evening and were beginning to make out and were kind of getting ready to get it on like Donkey Kong, these two chuckleheads down here decided to paddle over to your island in I believe it was bright pink swan paddle boat, something along those lines. Obviously, the most manly choice they could have possibly made. And then disbarking, they immediately managed to threaten your safety. So that's where we're kind of picking up. So the leader said, "All right, you two alien wenches, you're gonna get what's coming to you." And he's hefting a large pipe that he seems to carry around with him prolifically. It's painted up with shark teeth and flames along the side. The old flaming shark will do for you. And Hamster Boy is wielding his chain as usual. And they are stepping towards you threateningly. So as they do that, let's go ahead and get initiative rolls and see what happens.
Wait, what rolls?
Initiative, because they're clearly moving in on you. So unless you're planning to do something very unexpected, we will be going into combat.
Forgot to open up Hero Lab, so I'm logging into that. I got everything else. Ah!
Isn't that always the way?
It's been an interesting day, but I mean that's just kind of been life lately.
Yeah.
Every day is an interesting day.
Did anyone spot the roll that the bad guys just made?
No.
I wasn't looking because I was trying to get to my character.
They rolled a 1 for initiative.
Oh, yay! No.
They rolled a 1. They've got a
Character
+4.
theme.
Pretty sure they're
Come on.
going last.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
You know, you'd think for there being a quarantine and everybody being stuck at home, I would have thought things would be a lot more chill, but it has just seemed like things were amplified and nuts.
Oh yeah, no,
Even just like
everything.
us out in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
Initiative +5. Okay.
See.
Yes!
No, you still did better. You still did better. You still did
Oh,
better than them.
I
Just
forgot how to laugh. All
So
right.
basically, I go to 5 and I trip and fall on my face.
I mean, sort of. So what ends up happening, especially May just rolled a 19 plus 5 for a 25 starting initiative, um, is that
You have to be more BA than McCool.
May actually seems to have been the first to notice them, kind of looking up from making out a bit sooner than you did. You only followed her reluctantly
Back
afterward.
was turned. She was facing towards them. That's why.
Well, no, you had your backs against the tree, so kind of making out sideways. So
I'm
that's
so
not.
observant.
No, you noticed they were there. You just kind of wanted to ignore them as long as possible. For good reason. So anyway,
Why?
May actually kind of in a move that is a little bit surprising. You kind of had gotten the feel for an idea that she seems to have been a bit, a very physically capable person, perhaps, an enforcer, a soldier, a bodyguard, something along those
Oh,
lines.
very physically.
But now you see something actually a bit surprising. Her face, which before had been very warm and friendly, actually goes cold and oddly emotionless. And she actually kind of pushes you back with one hand, and with a strength that belies her slender frame, despite being a Karasha. You're used to, when dealing with Demaya Lashunta, you're used to being a little bit more of the physical force in the group, but somehow she seems to push you back fairly easily, and take a position in front of you. And then she um, pulls out something you actually kind of hadn't noticed before. She pulls it out of her purse, a baton. But then you kind of think, oh, it's one of those security batons where you whip it out and it's kind of like maybe a foot and a half long. No, she whips it out and this thing is a sword. It's a freaking sword. Um,
Yes.
and so she squares up toward them and gives them her best, like, I dare you to do it kind of look. And at which point he says, "Oh, but she's got us." Or I need to pull up the swears. Use that word. What did we use for the B word, Wayne? I think you're the one who wrote that one.
I could not understand what you just
I asked you
named.
what
You have
you
the
wrote
list.
as the B word. I think you wrote
I
that one.
don't remember.
All
I
right,
don't
I'm pulling it up.
remember.
I should have had this up already, so this is my fault. There we go. Oh, Chiro thinks she's got a pair of balls on. Balls also has one. Chiro thinks she's got a pair of claw blocks on her, don't she? All right. Well, we're gonna show her. Come on, hamster. And so at that point, she kind of zips forward, very quickly, and before he can react, she's going to do something that Jason actually probably finds familiar. She's going to do a bit of a bluff check to get her trick attack off.
Ooh.
Trick attack.
Bam, nails it. All right, so he's now
She
flat-footed.
has all the luck tonight. That's awesome.
Uh,
Good.
but yeah, so he's now flat-footed, and she's going to get her extra 1d4 damage on top of her normal damage. So let's get a quick attack roll from her and see what she can do. All right. All right. Well, that would be a miss, but with him flat-footed, that actually is a hit on him. So let's get damage.
Let's get damaged!
That's right.
Just kidding.
Yeah, the extra D4, but not that guy. So she's gonna do 8 damage on this guy. Which I don't believe is enough to bring him down. Nope. But pretty darn close. So she zips up, and then which he's clearly not expecting at all. And then she goes for a feint to the left, and he starts kind of trying to dodge out of the way. At which point, she just brings her sword up to the right and immediately impales him through the gut, kind of toward the side. So not a direct center hit, but just sticks it straight through. And then she kind of leans her face up, and it looks like she whispers something into his ear, but you can't make it out. If you want to do a perception check to maybe hear it, you'd have to be pretty good, though.
My perception checks is minus.
All right,
Even
well,
worth trying.
you can try. I mean, hey, you might roll a 20.
Let's see. Well, at least now we know why I didn't notice perception -1.
All right, yeah. So, oh, you did a +1, but that's fine. So,
I didn't.
No, I'm looking at the wrong place. No, we're good.
I'm rolling. I rolled a 4. Awesome. 14. I'm not a 13. I totally don't hear anything.
Yeah, no. So she whispers something in his ear, and you see him become visibly pale, but you can't quite make out what she says. So that actually brings us to your turn. I would imagine you're popping out your pain claws.
Yes. How far away I am, would it be better to do the pain claw or to use my laser pistol?
It kind of depends. It's pretty even because I think your pain claw is 1d8 and the laser pistol is 1d4. You'll at least get your strength bonus on the pain claws. And since the pain claws are an unwieldy weapon, you can only attack once anyway, so it's fairly even.
I'm not sure if the movement I would need to do would change that.
No, you can still move and attack. Plus, if you wanted to actually attack twice with the pistol, you'd have to take the -4 to hit. So if you're looking at how much damage you can do, definitely the pain claw is going to be the leader on that. If you're looking at whether you're trying to stay away from the battle, then a ranged weapon makes sense.
Okay, I think I'd probably do the pain claw, but I'm having trouble finding it on my sheet.
Should be.
Because my laser pistol is there, and my unarmed strike is on my weapons, but my pain...
Pain Claw, Ghoulish, melee, -1 to attack, 1d8 +3, piercing and slashing weapon. Don't forget that if you want to expend one of your uses of a sedative, you can get, I think it's an extra d4 damage.
Mm-mm.
If you have any sedatives. Yeah, sedative, tier 1. Yep, 1d4. So if you want to use one of your 5 sedatives, you can get an extra d4 damage. But yeah, it's like the first weapon that's listed.
It's just not sure.
So which screen are you on? Go to the stage.
The
Bring
play
yourself-
screen.
Okay. So you've like done the full load of your character. Should be really easy to find that.
Good. Like
Loadable
favorite is
character.
not showing up under my weapon.
Play. Combat. Weapons. Pain Cloud Ghoulish.
Be
It's
back in
just
about 2 or 3 minutes.
So
it's just not on my screen, and it's weird. There's play combat. Like I said, the only things showing up on my screen are the laser pistol and the unarmed strike.
Nope. I don't know why, but yeah, it's just an attack at a -1, and then it does 1d8 plus 3 damage.
Okay. Okay, so I move my character up, right?
Okay. Yeah, you have plenty of movement to do that.
Then
Who are you hitting?
I do.
Are you hitting the boss guy, or are you hitting Hamster Boy?
Let's hit the boss. I think that if I take out boss guy, Hamster Boy will leave. So I'm gonna aim for boss guy, I think.
All right. So right now he's mostly just staring down at the sword, sticking through him. He is still flat-footed from her trick attack as well, so that's going to make it easier to hit him.
If I attack him, I am not going to kill him, though, right? Or does it look like I would kill him? I just want to make him unconscious.
Okay, then you can attack him while trying to do non-lethal damage. If you want to do that, I believe take a negative to your attack, though. I have the wrong book. I'm looking in the Pathfinder book for rules because I pulled that one out because I thought we were playing Pathfinder. Let's see.
What? I rolled a 1 with a -1.
Nice. So that actually means time for the critical fail deck.
I am not making a good impression on my want-to-be girlfriend. She's gonna leave me. Sorry, loser.
Terrible. All right, let's see. So actually this crit fail makes perfect sense. It's called "Why Is It Wet Here?" Which you are on an island, so I feel like the answer is pretty apparent. So your melee attack misses the intended target as you slip on a dark and viscous liquid. Okay, maybe that is actually a bit more of a question. Who's leaking dark and viscous liquids? You gain
sounds like it's the guy with the sword through his torso's, blood.
There you go. You slip on some blood. You are now prone. And you need to make a DC 11 Fortitude save, or you're also dazed for 1d4 rounds as your head slams into the ground.
And a fort save is a d20 still?
Yeah, d20 plus your Fortitude bonus.
Yeah.
Which your Fortitude bonus is a +1.
Well, at least it's not a -1.
That's true. You just need to roll 10 or better. Let's see it. I believe in you. There's like a 50% chance of you succeeding here. Actually, there's slightly higher than 50% chance, but you know.
Oh, yes!
All right. So, if you would like to go into your character sheet,
I got a 4.
go to your character and go ahead and assign yourself as both prone and dazed for let's see how many rounds. Oop, I need to put a space in there. There we go. You are now dazed for 2 rounds as you slip and fall.
Okay.
But thankfully, it seems to be rather unimportant as May actually whips her sword rather non-gently out of his stomach and then kind of just pushes him away with 2 fingers, and still visibly, pale, both from blood loss and whatever she seems to have said to him. He kind of just topples over backward, crawls a few steps away, and then looking back, he's like, "All right, I'll leave. I'm going. I'm going. Come on, hamster boy, let's go!" And he rather awkwardly, kind of like his legs are already starting to not work correctly from blood loss and everything. He kind of awkwardly rolls himself into the boat, and then just yelling at the other one, "Faster! Pedal faster!" And just looking over his back every few seconds. So May, let me remove them from the field. So May kind of does the whole anime thing where she like swings her sword out to flick most of the blood away, and then goes down to the water's edge and starts cleaning. And so then you're obviously no longer dazed or anything, because that would be 2 rounds is 12 seconds. So by the time she's kind of reached the water's edge, you're more than able to get back up on your feet. So,
Excuse me.
That's cold. She just walked to clean off her sword before even checking if you were.
Oh, it's like she doesn't. I mean, I can't really blame her. I was awkward, very awkward.
So she
clean her sword, Wayne.
So she stands back up from the water's edge, and pressing a button, the sword collapses back onto itself, and she comes back. Are you up yet, or are you still on the ground?
I mean, if I'm capable of getting up, I'm probably.
All right. So she kind of comes up, and then placing the handle to her weapon back in her purse, she kind of looks up and says, "Well, I'm sorry you had to see that, but
Hey,
those."
I'm not complaining. Those I don't know what for a posterior.
I think we have one. Yeah, Gask. Or if you're specifically
I've
talking
been
about
such
the.
a pain all day.
Oh, you've run into them too, I guess. Yeah, they've been a bit of a thorn in my side, and that of many other residents, but well, hopefully that put the fear of God into them, so to speak.
You definitely seem to have got your revenge for the thorn in the side. I definitely think a thorn's better than a sword, so that was pretty awesome.
So she does laugh at that, and you can see kind of the emotion and warmth that you're more used to kind of coming back to her face. And so she punches you on the shoulder. "I see you're no stranger to life endangering events. I guess I must have underestimated you a bit."
I missed what she said.
Oh, she said that you must be no stranger to having your life in danger, and that she's underestimated you.
Oh, it's a payback since I definitely was underestimating. I am very impressed.
Yes, well, unfortunately, I am probably a little bit too knowledgeable when it comes to combat. I hope this hasn't surprised you too much. I generally prefer not to talk about it for obvious reasons, especially when I'm first getting to know people.
Understandable. And on that note, I know pretty safe and cozy, like more of a calm evening.
Well, that sounds wonderful. I missed a bit of what you said. You know a cozy what?
Place.
Ah.
I was just basically inviting her to come back to our being or space being.
Yeah.
Because that is like the quintessential cozy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you get a cat to make you dinner, and
Exactly.
like nice, rustic bedrooms and the whole
Exactly.
thing.
Like
It's not a hotel where they spray
tea
you
and
with
crumpets
insulating
or
gauze. You remember the insulating ooze.
what?
Don't you remember at the Moons of Sleep, instead of beds, they just had like a spray that kept you warm?
Yes, that was interesting.
So the first thing you bought was a blanket.
Yes.
Anyway,
Anyway, I
so,
am definitely inviting her back to my temporary place.
and so she kind of winks at you and kind of wrapping her one of her arms around your shoulder. She says, "That sounds lovely. Let's pick up where we left off." And so the scene slowly fades to black as the two of you flag down a space Uber. This one is like a dude in a jetpack with he's a magician, so he's using floating disc to carry people around. And he's got like this giant handlebar mustache and a turban, and he's like, "Oh, welcome! I'm glad
Cool.
that. How may I serve you this evening? Would you like a bottle of water? I am new to this station. I am starting a new life. I hope you will enjoy the ride." And so he takes you off towards your space B&B.
Oh, and this in the journal. So, Kima probably paid for dinner and the space Uber thing.
All right. Um, how insistent would you have been on that? Because May definitely would have said that she wanted to go Dutch.
Like, not them, but been like, basically, I'm happy to pay for dinner or whatever.
All right. Well, I suppose I'll just get you back next time. It's a good incentive for you to go out with me again, I guess. All right. So, Wreckage and Braun Stronghammer. I don't know for sure if you guys had made it back to your space B&B, so we're going to assume that you haven't. But you are, shortly away from Mama Fat's bodega, heading back to there. What are you guys up to?
I think we're pretty tired. I think we're just heading straight back.
All right. So you guys are headed back on your way toward your hotel or your space B&B. And once again, you find yourself in some of those darker hallways of the station going along, and it feels eerily familiar to when you ran into both the space goblins and then also the strong Absalom movement. Um, and once again, you hear cackling coming from the vents around you. And once again, the great adventurers make their way, mighty and strong, walking along dark and dangerous hallways of our fair station. Oh, little do they know the danger their companion was facing.
What companion?
What companion indeed! The dwarf asks the most foolish of questions, for the only companion not in his exact vicinity is the only companion he has.
Show yourself.
So dropping out of the vent once again. Who's this guy?
Uh,
I still
So
see the island.
Oh
I
man,
forgot to move you.
oh good. It's not just me.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Yeah, I forgot to move where you guys were.
I love our little teleport sound.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, I just turn into Kreuzberg or whatever his name is from Futurama. Just whoop, 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 whoop. But yeah, so a space goblin drops down and he says, "Ah, I have shown myself.
Now
I
stop
do
being
hope
such a
my."
little nitwit.
Do I have knit or do I have wit? Perhaps I knit while I wit.
Oh,
And he pulls out 2 knitting needles and a ball of yarn and just starts laughing his ass
I like
off.
this guy.
Can you at least tell me where they are?
Ah, yes, they were in the land of lakes, the piddly puddles, off where the wetness is wetter than the wettest. Though I do believe your companion, perhaps she can take care of herself, or shall Prince Charming do it for her? Should be interesting to see.
I've had enough of you.
Oh
I
yes,
just push him out of the way.
good. And as you're walking past him, and he's
Wow.
his voice is kind of fading into the distance. He says, "Oh, enough of me have you had? Well, soon enough you shall have enough of others." Um, all
I
right.
hate those. I turn to Wreckage and I say, I hate those space goblins.
I don't think
Okay.
they're all bad, but that guy gives me the creeps.
He gives me the willies. All right. So why don't
Lurking
you,
around all the time. I think Sparky,
Sparky? What?
we see that guy. Sparky, that guy, just lock onto him and
All
wait for
right.
my signal.
Very good, Master. Command received. I shall lock onto that guy next time we see him. All right.
All right,
So,
let's go sleep.
why don't you two give me a perception check?
Brom, brom.
Wah, brah, brah. This definitely won't end with you being, ambushed and attacked.
Yikes.
Wow. At least it's not a 1, right?
Yep, it could be worse.
Which slash do I use?
/ It's the bottom one with the question mark. So just think of it
All right.
as you being on a Linux file system instead of a Windows file system.
Okay. That's something I can get behind.
Thought so.
Be right back.
Cool.
No, we need you. No, it's fine. Oh,
Y'all are just
who
rolling
is
great
rolling
today.
today? Who is rolling well today? Because it's not this group.
I mean, I rolled a couple of 19s in a row, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I meant the players.
Oh, I typed it
The
in wrong, but
players.
anyway, a 14 plus 5 easily beats the both of you. So you guys are both unawares entirely when suddenly you hear a high pitched yell come from above you in some of the rafters and piping that runs throughout the station. And 2 figures drop down on top of you, shouting, "For the boss!" That's right, for the boss! And these 2 guys are going to get a couple of little flat-footed rolls against you as a surprise round, which also means if you guys would like to roll initiative, that would be a good time to do that.
Fart poop duty.
Yeah, their initiative is plus 4. But because of the surprise round, they are going first regardless, and then we'll enter.
Is there a bone initiative?
Yeah, there should be an initiative bonus. Do you have Hero Lab open?
Yeah.
Right. So if you go to your
Oh,
character,
initiative. Got it,
yeah,
got it, got
yeah,
it.
it should be like init plus something. Should be pretty easy to find. You have what plus? No, that's your perception is +3. Anyway, you got it. You got it. Yeah, looks like they are going first, both in the surprise round and in normal combat, because
Oh boy.
they're doing pretty good compared to y'all rolling
Only
3s
God
and
can
9s.
roll well today.
That's right. All right, so these two guys, they just
Beautiful.
drop down on top of you, shouting, "For the boss!" One of them has some knives that he's carrying, and the other one, I think he had a baseball bat with nails stuck through it, if I'm remembering correctly. So they're both going to attack. Let's see what they can do. The first one is attacking. Who's under Biff here? Okay, attacking Wreckage. Will a 15 hit your KAC, sir? Okay, I will look it up myself.
That
KAC,
What
a
was the number you
15
said?
will not quite hit you.
correct.
All right, and then Jason. Unfortunately, Bronze Stronghammer will be getting hit with a 18 plus 3 for a total
Of course
21.
he will.
And this is the knife guy again, the one who almost killed you last time.
Yeah,
So
I can't roll against these guys.
yeah, and they've got you in close range again, which is not your specialty. So they're just coming for you again. You've got no luck here. So let's get this. Plus, what was it? 2. All right, so he does 4 damage. Thankfully, nothing too crazy there. But he sinks it into you and is like, "I get you this time. I said I could even kill you this time if I want to." So now we enter normal initiative order. So let's start with them attacking both of you again. Oh, they're gonna come off of you now. Now that they're done jumping on your faces. All right, so a 16 will hit you this time, Wayne. And let's see about Braun. Oof. Nope.
Bum, bum, bum.
Unfortunately, though, these are not named characters, so they cannot suffer from, or let's say, basically, if they were a similar threat level to you, so like CR1 characters, and you are level 1, then they can suffer from critical failures. However, these are just random goons and not an actual serious threat to you, so they will not be taking critical misses. But that is still a miss normally, so let's get some damage on Wreckage this time. So baseball bat guy is going to hit you, Wreckage, and he swings squarely at you and is like, "I'll keep you as a pet if you survive this," and swings at you with the nail-studded baseball bat for 5 points of damage, smashing directly into your already damaged ear, perforating
Although
it
he is
very...
kind of like a mole rat.
yeah,
Much damage again?
5 points.
Of damage.
Yes, and
that affects my stamina first, right?
I mean, yeah, you just entered in Hero 11, it'll do it for you. But yes.
So how much clothes is Wreckage wearing now that he's, a naked mole rat?
I mean,
I'm
you're
still wearing
your armor.
clothing. Yeah. I'm still wearing clothing, I'm just hairless.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out, how weird it looked. Like, pants.
It's like...
And it looks super weird.
Yeah,
Like a long sleeve shirt, and it's just like a little...
Imagine like a shaved chihuahua in a spacesuit.
Okay.
That's what he looks like at this
super
point.
weird right now.
But yeah, so he smashes into your already damaged ear, the one that's been hurt in the past, perforating it in multiple places and smacking into your head. It doesn't get through your stamina, though, so it is definitely a wound that you can easily shake off. So that brings us to Wreckage. What are you going to do?
That's a good question.
That's something you should have been considering this entire time.
Yeah, no, I'm just like perturbed. I think I'm going to, if I move at all, I'm going to get opportunity, right?
If you move normally, so like take a standard move action, attack them with a melee, with a ranged weapon or any of those sorts of actions, yes. However, you can take a guarded step, move 5 feet, using up your entire move action and not provoke.
Okay. I'm going backwards 5 feet to here,
Okay.
and tell Sparky here.
Sparky is like,
I
yes,
can do that,
Master,
right?
I will move into danger and protect you with my body. Are you having him do a 5-foot step into that square as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And then when it's his
I
fire,
guess it does.
right?
Yeah, you guys have your turn at the same time, so
Okay.
you both
All right.
still have an attack action left.
So Sparky is going to shoot the guy right there.
Okay,
Or,
which
you
will
know,
provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay. That's fine.
It's not me, I don't care.
To figure out how to get
Just my dumb
Sparky's.
robot.
Aw.
Aw, that's not true. It's just
That's
I
okay.
can
I don't think a
repair
10.
him.
I don't think a 10 is going to hit him.
Yeah, how do I get his stats? I don't see him.
If you pull up your character, there should be an option to switch to his character because you're linked.
All right.
Oh
I'm
no,
just trying to figure it out.
he's just a fourth one. So if you go to the stage, then Sparky is like the guy on the very bottom. He's just listed right
Oh,
below
okay.
you.
Okay, so attack with the laser rifle. So that
Mhm.
is D20 plus 2.
Yep, for
I always
1d6,
get
1d8 damage.
okay. What? What?
So he's like, yes, yes, master, I will protect you with my body so that you may live. And then you just like kick him and are like, I don't care, just get up there. And you knock his gun arm. No, but yeah, so he moves up, but Biff swings at him with his bat, and he misses, but he manages to kind of like knock his gun arm out of the way a little bit. So when Sparky fires, it goes wide. It hits nothing.
No.
Now you still have an attack if Wreckage
System
would like
so
to
that
try
we
and shoot
can't
him.
roll better than a 5.
Jason got a, or no, Wayne got a 9 on his initiative.
Did you have the system so we can't roll higher than a 10?
That's right. Look at me. I made it so all your d20s are actually d10s now.
No!
It just divides all our rolls by 2, which means we're still rolling 2s.
All right. Is Wreckage going to attack, or is he passing his turn?
Can I technically shoot over?
Yes, he
Or
will be
around?
providing cover to Biff, but you can shoot through his square.
Okay, so I will go ahead and shoot at Biff.
All right.
Which means I need to switch back to me.
Terrible.
Ah!
If you're in,
I got it.
I was just gonna say that
Okay,
if you stay in the stage view, you can pull up kind of like overviews of the characters without having to do these switches.
Okay.
So instead of
Good to
loading the
know.
full characters, just click them and it'll pull up
Yeah.
kind of the main points. It's good enough unless
So
you need to change inventory or something.
There's my attack. I rolled higher than a 10! Oh
Nice!
my god!
And like a
I never
15.
got so excited to roll an 11.
Yeah. And that's actually more than enough to hit them. Like I said, these guys are not a serious threat to you at this level.
Unless
So-
we
But they
don't
keep-
roll higher than a 10.
That's true. That's true. Or if there's like
keep
4 of
nearly
them
killing
all
us.
ganging up on Braun at the same time. But yeah, so that's more than enough to hit him. So roll damage.
All right. This is the part.
This is the fun part.
All right. So
When you get to
I
roll
roll one.
your dinky pistol damage.
Yeah, but it's one, and then it says E,
That's energy.
and then stun.
That's if you crit, I believe. Where are you saying stun? Okay.
Right after the E, it says stun, and I didn't know what that means.
Oh yeah, that's if you crit.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it's a stun mode. So it's like setting your phasers to stun. If you click on the weapon, it actually pulls it up and says you can set a weapon with the stun special property to stun mode or reset it to normal mode as a move action. While the stun mode, all weapons attacks are non-lethal.
It's too late to switch to stun if I also want to attack, though, right?
That's correct.
So I'm just gonna shoot him.
So you get to do your 1d4 damage. Or no, it's the arc pistol. 1d6 damage.
Yeah.
That's actually a little bit better.
Yeah.
And you do 2 damage.
Yeah, I did 2 damage.
Alright.
Hey.
It's better than nothing. But yeah, so you kind of shock him a little bit. It's like a grazing hit. It maybe puffs his hair up a little bit, and he's just like, I've had electroshock therapy worse than that. Yuck, 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 yuck.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, you're up.
My girlfriend has shocked me worse than that.
I'm still irritated from that goblin, and now these guys are ruining my day. So I pull out my pistol, put it in this little twerp's face.
That will provoke an attack of opportunity unless you want to back up first.
Don't even care. I'm in.
Are you going to do 2 attacks then?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. All right,
I'm
so
just going straight for the head.
Let's see if he hits you. And he will hit
man.
you.
Word.
For 7 points of damage.
Oh my god. What is with these rolls against?
I know, right? An 18 on a d20 and then a 5 on a d6.
And he just rolled an 18 on a d20 to hit me before. Like a 19 and a 20 to hit me in the...
Yep. Well, let's see what you can do. Let's get those. Let's get 2 rolls. You're attacking twice, so that's going to be at a -4. But obviously, you're attacking twice, so you have a pretty high chance of hitting one of them. What's your bonus on the pistol?
Oh, +4.
All right. So that's actually, I think, just enough to hit him. Yep. So that's a hit. Or no,
Yay!
but you have the -4 from the 2 attacks. So that's a miss. And then a critical fail! Oh, these guys are gonna just... Oh!
I mean, Braun!
Lordy, lordy, lordy.
I don't like this game.
Braun just rolled a 1.
Alright, so, reverse headshot! Didn't your mother ever tell you not to stare down the barrel of your gun? You've shot yourself in the head. Deal double damage to yourself. Oh. Wow.
Our dice are gonna kill us.
And it's 2d6 normally, right?
Yeah, so I just killed myself.
You're angry.
You actually
fuming. And you point the gun straight at this guy's head. And whatever you said, I forget what you said. So he reflexively whips his knives up to cover himself, slashes you across the forearm, damaging like straight into the tendons. That was that D7 he did earlier. Just like cut quick to the bone. Tendons are popping and snapping everywhere. And as that happens, your hand just spasms, and you spin the gun around backwards and fire directly into your own forehead, sending you flying backwards to collapse in a puddle of blood. Wow.
Oh my god. We dead? Like for real?
No, he's not dead. He's at 0 hit points. It did it reduce you? Would it have reduced you to less than 0?
Yeah, -4.
Okay, so you're still just at 0 because there are no negative hit points in this game in Starfinder. Instead, what happens is you are now bleeding out. So you are in the dying state. Assuming you don't take any more damage, you can expend some of your RP to recover and go back to conscious, and then another RP to become at 1 hit point and get up. But for the time being, you are unconscious, bleeding out on the ground.
But it's their turn now, right?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Fuck.
So they're going to both attack Sparky.
Attacking Braun.
A 14 and...
What are these rolls? For real?
Right? I think both of those are going to hit Sparky's KAC, right?
Let me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm having an actual meltdown over here. I'm
KAC
like,
KAC is 14, so both of those are going to hit.
Yeah.
So they're both going to try to do damage here. So he is going to take 9 points of damage, which is going to also reduce him down to a pile of scrap, I believe.
He's. How much damage did they do?
9.
Oh, okay. Yep. He's at negative.
All right,
Negative now too.
So they, seeing that, immediately start laughing, just cackling to themselves, and they're like, "You guys aren't so tough. I don't know why Boss was so worried." And then they just turn on Sparky and start like kicking the crap out of him. And Sparky is like, "Master, I can no longer protect you."
No! The two
Sparks
things I care about the most are like dying. Can I go into enrage? Can I just like go into emo?
I mean, you can go into emo all you want, but I don't know what good it's gonna do you.
I'm just kidding. Okay. Can I kick their asses now?
Sure, yeah, it's your turn.
Try anyway. All right.
Oh, Sparky's also down.
My gun instead of Sparky's gun because I'm like, wow, it's a +8 to damage. Why did not get that? Oh.
Yep, that's why.
All right. So I'm going after him with my arc pistol again, and I can fire twice, right?
If you do not move, yes, you will take a -4
right.
to both attacks.
All right. A -4?
Correct.
Okay.
For firing twice.
What the heck? It takes away my bonus, but maybe I'll roll it.
So you're just rolling a straight D20 now?
Yeah. All right. So I just like whip my gun at them and in a total fit of rage. But not, rage.
All right. Against KAC, or no, that's EAC, because this is an energy weapon.
Those are my 2 fires.
Right.
Biff, you called him?
I mean, yeah, it's Biff from Back to the Future.
Yeah. No, it's the kid from Home Alone.
Oh, so is it?
It's the older brother.
Oh, I thought it was Biff for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I'm just gonna keep calling him Biff because who he looked like to me.
Yeah, and that other kid looks like John Hauser.
Kind of, yeah. All right, one of those is a hit.
One of them. Correct. Wonderful.
So you may roll your 1d6 of damage.
Yes!
Yes!
Yes! Something went right.
This time it actually hurts a bit. He's definitely not down, but you angrily point the gun at him, fire twice. One of them goes wide, but the other one strikes him directly in the chest. And he, his muscles seize up for a moment and It's like, all right, you got me that time, but my mom's giving me worse shocks than that. All right, Jason.
Jason, what?
It's your turn.
Now you need to roll to see how much you bleed.
No, no, you don't.
Oh,
If you want to stabilize, then you can spend a quarter of your RP rounded down, which I think you have 5. So rounded down would be 1 to stabilize your character, and then next round you can be back up with 1 hit point.
Sure.
I know how it feels, man. I know how it feels.
All right, so Jason
Like
is now.
I think I've had like 3 or 4 characters die.
I
It's
mean,
not fun when you get that.
most of them have been killed by Rebecca, though.
No, some of them were NPCs.
Like one of them, I think Skiven or
But we
Skaven.
don't need to
Skiven.
point fingers. I'm just having. I am having compassion. Compassion? No, with empathy. I'm having.
There we go. All right, so these guys are
No,
gonna move up like so.
Jason's character is dying, but
No,
he's going to try to
no, he's
stabilize.
stable. He's stable. He's fine.
Okay, cool. He's stable.
It's automatic. You just spend an RP.
He's fine. He's only bleeding out the brain,
Not
but
anymore. He was. Now he's not bleeding anymore. Now he's stable.
Nice.
So these two are going to move up on either side of you. You do not get an attack of opportunity because you are using a ranged weapon.
Parts.
And I don't think a 12 will hit you. Will a 14 hit you? I think you were, what, 16?
Yeah.
All right, so they both miss as they move up on either side of you to attack. So they move on either side. You're able to duck under them as they both kind of like swing over your head. And they're like, this one's fast. Well, we'll get you next time. So it's your turn again, Wayne.
Okay. Let's see. What do I have for an attack that isn't ranged? I guess
think you have
just
a
my
baton.
unarmed strike.
Don't you have a baton of some sort?
I have an arc pistol, a laser pistol, azimuth, and an unarmed strike.
You don't even have like a knife or something?
I thought I did. I thought I had a dagger of some kind. But anyway,
You could always drop a grenade at your feet. That seems like a smart move.
I would love to just explode me and everybody I care about to take out 2
That's right.
stupid
Put Braun right back to dying again.
All right, I'm just gonna do my 2 shots. Not Biff.
All right. Biff is the one with the most damage, so if you're trying to actually level the playing field, I would shoot Biff.
Well, I don't think I.
Yeah, both of those are misses. All right, Jason, would you like to be back up with 1 hit point?
Yes.
All right. Would you like to use another action to perhaps stick yourself with a health pack and?
Do I spend another resolve point?
Yeah, you spend another single resolve point to bring yourself up to 1 hit point.
Okay.
And then I think you should have some stim packs. You want to use one. Let's see.
And that would be instead of attacking?
You could, as long as you're doing a single attack, you could do both.
Okay, deal. Let's do it. Medkit basic.
Yeah, that won't help in combat.
Oh.
Did you not get any healing kits?
I guess not. I don't see one.
Weird.
Only did you hack the dice, you took our equipment too, didn't you?
That's right. I went through and was like, this seems too helpful. Let me just take this away real quick, and any weapons you have, I'll just, make those worse. Yeah, let me see. You should have one, so if you don't, I'm just going to say you do anyway. So let's see if I can actually find one. I think it's 1d8 healing.
I
Thank
think
you,
I used it
God.
on myself when I died before.
You died before.
Yeah, last time Sparky shot you up with one that he took from wreckage.
Yeah.
We have a hygiene kit. That seems real helpful right now.
A man's
I need that
got a
hygiene.
groom.
It's like you're packing up for the day and you're like, hygiene kit, healing kit, hygiene kit, healing kit.
Nah,
Hygiene
hygiene
kit.
kit. All right, so you're back up at 8 hit points because you got the 1 from spending that second resolve. I don't think that triggers an attack of opportunity. For the moment, I'm going to just say it doesn't. So you're back in the fight. You've used your move action to stick yourself with a healing kit. What do you do now? Are you going to pull the same tactic, double attack into that guy's forehead?
Well, I can't
Or
double attack, right?
Oh, right,
I
because
can
you
only
used your
single.
move attack. You're right.
But no, I think I've learned my, and well, I can't really do anything else. So yeah, I'm just gonna feebly point my gun at him and try and shoot him.
All right. And thankfully, they actually already wasted their attack of opportunity trying to hit wreckage when he shot at them. So you're good.
Okay.
See some damage. That will hit, believe it or not.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
And are you trying to finish off Biff, or are you trying to hit the
No,
kid
I'm
right in
shooting
front
this stupid knife baby.
of you? All right. Nice, baby.
Stupid.
All right. So not enough to take him out, but you definitely damage him. So he's not paying you any attention, thinking that you're down. Meanwhile, you're able to just muscle your way through, having shot yourself in the face, and enough to kind of like fumble a health pack out, and you stick it into your neck, gasping as the nanites spread through your body, stitching up the worst of the damage. Blood is still coming off of you, and you're cough feebly as you pull yourself up on the box. You take out your revolver, and you have you named your revolver?
Bessie.
All
I like it.
right, and you're like, Bessie, you haven't failed me yet. Don't fail me now. And you take a bullet, and with shaking hands, you place it into the one of the empty cylinders, swing it closed, and then pull the trigger, and with a deafening roar, this high caliber revolver blasts out a shot, and it slams directly into the shoulder of Knife Baby, piercing through his armor, clearly going deep into him, and sending him 5 feet backward as he stumbles and reels from the impact.
You can't kill me, loser.
That's right. All right.
That was awesome.
So we are in the next round. Yeah. So they're going to attack. So Knife Baby finally looks over and is like, "You back up, but how? I made you shoot yourself in the face like a bitch." Or
Suck my gobnobs.
like a Chiro. So he's going to actually try to throw knives at you. And he's going to go for a double attack. So this is actually going to be at a -1 for him. -1 total because he had a +3. I don't think a 9 is going to hit you.
No.
And I really don't think a 3 is going to hit you. So holding one hand on his wounded arm, he pulls it off and looks at the blood, and he's like, I've been shot. I'll get you. And he pulls out his knives and he like weakly flings them at you. Oh, you've been forgetting to use your trick attacks. Would you like to retroactively see if you can get an extra D4 on him?
No, I didn't want to use a trick attack. I was so enraged. I was just going full force at his face.
All right, fair enough. He flings his knives at you, and you just duck aside from him. Anime style. Now that you have the upper hand and your morale is coming back, you're fine. It's all about your mental state. It doesn't matter how many times you've been stabbed, or shot yourself in the face, as the matter may be. But yeah, already with your morale lifting and nanites continuing to do their work, you're able to sidestep them with some confidence.
You feel like a girl.
The other guy is going to attack Wayne. I don't think a 12 will hit. So he clearly surprised is like, oh no, knife baby, how could you have been attacked? He's like, shut up, I told you not to use my real name. And completely misses Wreckage.
Enjoying that too much.
So, Wreckage, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to only fire one shot now this time, directly at Biff's nose.
All right, he gets an attack of opportunity. Let's see if he's able to hit you. I don't think so. Not with a 5.
Wayne just killed his computer again.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
I will
no.
roll damage for him then. Oh, he's still using his arc pistol. Let's go back to character weapons. Arc pistol +2. Or no. Get the wrong place. What am I doing? What are any of us doing, really? Alright, +4 to attack. Alright, that is enough to hit him, so he's going to do his 1d6 damage. 3 points on Biff, which is enough to see him down, I believe. Or at least very close. Yeah, just very close. So another arcing surge racks through him, and he's clearly not feeling so great at this point. He breathes out a puff of smoke. And then he's gonna point at Sparky and be like, "Finish the job, Sparky!" And then Sparky just sparks. I am dead, bastard. I can finish no jobs. All right, you are up, Stronghammer. You there?
I was on mute.
Cool.
I do want to use a trick attack this time.
Right.
And yeah, I'm gonna try and shoot Knife Baby.
Shut up! I told you not to reuse my real name! Everybody calls me Knife Hands. It's way cooler.
So I'm trying to remember how the trick attack works exactly.
So you're gonna do, you get to use your survival because of your specific type of specialist. You roll that. If you beat, I think it was 20 plus their level. Is that right? But yeah, go ahead and just roll your survival at its bonus +4. So whatever its current bonus is, I think you had like a +6 or something. So it would be like
plus
a +10.
9.
All right, so like at a +13. And then let me see if I can figure out what the AC that you're going against is.
Okay, I'm back.
Cool. You did a little bit of damage, and then said something dumb.
A little bit of damage. And then said something dumb.
That's right. You told Sparky to finish
That
the
doesn't
job,
sound like
and then
me.
Sparky was like, "I am dead, master. I can finish no jobs." Yeah. So I was right. So it is D20 plus your target CR. So, that's just a
My
DC of 20.
baby!
And 26 will more than do it. So you get your describe how you're using the environment around you to your advantage to get the extra damage and set him flat-footed.
I aim right at his face, and he throws his arms up above his eyes because I'm aiming right for his head, and that's just his instinctive reaction. And he like ducks a little bit, and then I just aim down to where he went.
Well, that's more of a bluff check. You're using your survival, so you're using the environment around you.
Oh, okay. I understand. How do I use the environment around me?
Creatively. Chuck a box at him. Notice that he's standing right by a slight raise in the ground and get him to back up and trip.
So yeah, there is a frying pan just sitting in the floor for God knows what reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so I take a little rock that I find on the ground next to me and I throw it and hit the frying pan right on the handle so it kicks up. And then I shoot the frying pan in just the right angle so that the bullet bounces off of the frying pan and hits him in the back.
Nice. That is if you can hit, because this is bonus damage if you hit. So let's get an attack roll, which is going to be a standard attack. He is flat-footed, so you get a bonus, though. Yeah, that's way more than enough. So you get your hit, you do exactly like you described. The bullet ricochets off of the frying pan in slow motion as he is trying to dodge the wrong direction. Completely surprised by this attack. You get the D4, the extra 4 damage from that D4 that you rolled rocks on, plus that 8 is 12 damage. That was actually enough to kill him by itself. So he's like dodging to the wrong direction, and in like a complete turnaround of irony, it smashes as he's trying to dodge right into his forehead between his eyes, splitting his skull open, sending brain matter and skull fragments spraying in all directions.
Who killed who now? Knife baby.
And in response, his lifeless corpse merely twitches. All right, so we're back. We're back to Biff. Having seen this go down, he just immediately like drops his bat and gets on his knees and is like, "I surrender! I surrender! I surrender! Don't kill me! Please don't kill me!" So he's got his hands up above his head, weaponless. He's already crying.
Why shouldn't I kill you?
Mercy, you're a good folks. You wouldn't just kill a man in cold blood, would you? We weren't really gonna kill you. Knife baby just said that to scare you. We were just gonna rough you up a little and try to scare you off again. Boss doesn't like non-humans, but he's an idiot. Everybody knows it. He's so mean. He makes me do things.
Oh, you are worthless. But you're right. I don't think I could shoot you in cold.
Thank you. You'll never see me again. Here, take my money and my stuff. Just thank you. And he goes crawling away as quickly as he can. And then when he sees that you're not just shooting him in the back, he gets up and runs off around the corner.
I had half a mind to just shoot him in the foot so that he would have to walk away slowly.
He had like 1 hit point left. He would have died if you shot him in the foot.
So you shoot a guy in the foot, thunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, something about the sight of Knife Baby's head splitting open kind of took the violent edge out of my anger. Couldn't
You know,
shoot that other guy.
Yeah, and you had used that rage to get yourself up from a state of unconsciousness, but once it had done its job, the pain and just burning sensation of all the damage you took is starting to really settle into your poor old bones.
What is your class, Braun? I don't remember.
Specialist?
I am an operative.
Oh, operative. That's right.
Operative.
It's like it's basically the rogue of this setting.
Okay.
So like snipers and assassins.
That's why I
Got
can't die. My survival bonus is too strong.
I think it would be cool to be able to play a character that, kind of structure to it, but have it to where the character can die and then come back a certain or something.
Oh
And then
yeah,
the enemy
I have whole
enemy is
ideas
just like,
for a campaign based around that.
you're dead. You can loot your corpse, and then you just stab them in the throat while they try to loot your corpse.
Yeah, exactly, Deadpool style. You just come back from whatever the largest piece of you is.
Mm-hmm.
So if they chop you up and if they throw you in what are those, the mulchers, like the tree shredders, and spray you out the other end, you'd still come back, but just like a week later.
Yikes.
Anyway, oh yeah, I have plenty of ideas for how that could go horribly for you as well.
It's like the biggest piece that's left. It's like, well, I guess I shouldn't have given my character a big old beep.
I mean, you wouldn't know. You would come back from that point, and eventually the whole you would suddenly wake up and be like, oh, that sucked.
Oh,
I just got
I see it.
the
I
experience
thought
of
that you
being
meant
shoved through a shredder.
Yeah, I thought that you meant the biggest piece of you would be the only animate thing left.
No. You reform from the largest piece of you. Anyway.
Okay, got it. Okay, anyway, off track.
Yeah, so you guys, success barely. Everybody go ahead, because we're now tracking XP. So before I forget it, everybody give yourselves 200 XP for those fights. And this is probably a good time to wrap up. So, what did Kima learn?
I guess always watch out for the blood.
Yeah, we got 2 crit fails this time. Thank goodness you didn't get the one that Jason got, though.
Yeah.
You just stab yourself in the head for double damage.
Yeah. So Kima learned when there's a fight, watch out for the blood on the ground. You would have thought she'd remember this, but apparently it's new.
Yep. I mean, nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes sometimes. All right. What did Wreckage learn?
Absolutely nothing. No. I learned that I should take better care of Sparky because he's him as a robotic shield. Now he's dead. So my next robot, or if I will have to treat them a little more preciously.
Oh yeah, I mean he doesn't have a whole lot of hit points and no stamina, so you have to be real careful about him taking damage. But he also can be easily repaired, and you won't be needing to completely rebuild a new one. You will be just repairing Sparky, unless you want to make a new one. And then Braun, I feel like you must have learned something.
I learned that playing with guns when you're not thinking clearly is not always the smartest move.
Yep.
You should only fire guns when you're calm. and then you will not shoot yourself in the face.
Yeah. And whoever wrote that crit fail is just awful. That person sucks because that is not a fair crit fail. Double damage, shooting yourself in the head. That's awful. I would not have done that.
That one hurt.
Yeah. But hey, you muscled through it, and honestly, I feel like you had the coolest moment in this game, so it was almost worth it just for that.
Most worth it.
Oh yeah, you had a really cool scene there. A good comeback. I thought that was awesome. This
All
this
right.
is one of those things. When things hit the fan, you've got a good story to tell later.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks everybody for playing with me. I'm glad I didn't have to Deus Ex Machina you out of that situation. I was wondering if I would.
You were putting us right in it with those freaking amazing rolls, dude.
I know. And then right after that, once you were up again, you saw what they normally roll like. You know.
Yep.
Terribly. They can't hit anything most of the time. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining me. I hope you all had a great time. I know I did, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.